To illustrate how a logical agent operates, let's take a look at the Wumpus World. So the Wumpus World is this cave with rooms connected by passageways. The Wumpus is this big, green, scary creature, and we know that the Wumpus is somewhere in the cave, and the Wumpus eats anyone who enters its room. Now the Wumpus does not move. Some rooms contain a pit, a bottomless pit. Anybody who enters a room with a pit is lost forever. And finally, there's some gold somewhere in the cave. And of course, our agent wants to get that gold. So, what is our knowledge base here? What is it we know about this Wumpus world? We know that the Wumpus is really smelly. So the rooms adjacent to the Wumpus have a stench in them. They're really smelly. Not just the room where the Wumpus is, but the rooms that are adjacent to the Wumpus. We also know that the rooms that are adjacent to a pit are breezy. And finally, there's some glitter in the room where the gold is. So that's our knowledge base. Now remember in lecture 4, when we were talking about intelligent agents, we said that in order to design a rational agent, we must specify the task environment. And at the time, we defined the task environment as our P's, P-E-A-S, P for performance measure, E for environment, A for actuators, and S for sensors. So what can we use as our performance measure here? We could, for instance, decide that our agent will get 1,000 points for getting the gold, right? If our agent falls in a pit, he could lose 1,000 points. That would mean that the agent is gone, right? And we could incorporate some penalty for time. So we would say the agent would lose 1 point for each step. So that is one possibility for our performance measure. For our environment, we have the 16 rooms in the cave, right? That's our environment here. We'll talk some more about that on the next slide. The actuators are the components that are going to allow our agent to move, to grab the gold, and so on. And the sensors here are specifically the sense of smell, what allows our agent to smell the stench, to feel the breeze, and to see the glitter. So let's go back to our environment, the cave, and try to describe it. Is it fully observable? What do you think? So we have the rooms in the cave that are connected by passageway. When the agent is in this room, he cannot see what's going on in the next room. So because it's a cave, because we have passageways connecting the cave, the environment is not fully observable. Is it deterministic? What do you think? Yes, it is deterministic. The outcomes of each action are exactly specified. There's no chance in here. Is the environment episodic? The answer is no. It is sequential. We have to get our agent from the starting point to the goal. The actions are sequential. It is static. The Wumpus does not move. It is discrete, and it is a single agent environment. So let's see how our agent can operate using logic in this partially observable environment. So our agent here is denoted by the A, and when our agent is in a room that's safe, we'll denote that with OK, meaning that this room is safe for our agent. Now let's say that in this state, our agent's percepts tell it that there's no stench in this room, in room 1-1, and there is no breeze. What can we then deduce about room 1-2? If there's no stench in room 1-1, that means that there's no wumpus in room 1-2, right? Because if there was a wumpus in room 1-2, then we could smell the stench in room 1-1, which is adjacent. That also means that there is no pit in room 1-2. Again, if there was a pit in room 1-2, there would be a breeze in room 1-1. So with these percepts, our agent can conclude that room 1-2 is safe. Similarly, our agent can conclude that room 2-1 is safe, right? Because there can't be any wumpus here. If there was a wumpus here, then our agent would sense stench in the adjacent room, and if there was a pit here, our agent would sense a breeze in room 1-1. So we can conclude here that room 2-1 is also safe. Now let's say our agent moves to room 2-1. We mark this room as visited. We've been there before. There's no need to go back. We know the gold is not there. And now our agent senses again, right? So let's say in this room, our agent senses a breeze. What does that tell us? Well, if there's a breeze in room 2-1, that means there could be a pit in room 2-2, and there could be a pit in room 3-1, right? So in this case, that's a possibility. We don't know for sure, but at least one of these has a pit.